Since when has it become not cool to try?
Take a chance on me. Take a chance on me.
Today, we are going to examine the psychological approach that saved Chance the Rapper's career. You can apply this general philosophy to the problems in your own life. This approach hasn't just worked for Chance. It's the guiding principle behind the success of one of the most influential comedians of all time. But to really fully understand why this method is so effective, we gotta examine how we got here. What comes to mind when I say these next few words? Cataclysmic disaster. If you heard these words in 2019, many on the internet would assume you're referring to Chance the Rapper's The Big Day album release.
But God, sweet Lord, baby Jesus, The Big Day is essentially a 22-track torture chamber with 77 minutes of runtime.
With all the I love my wife memes, Chance was traumatized so much they went back into hibernation. God forbid someone says they love their wife on a song. 6 long years cocooning, all because of some I love my wife memes that went way too far.
Oh, I love my wife. I love my wife. Let's go ride a bike with my wife.
Oh my gosh, bro.
Me and my wife got engaged.
Yeah, I said it.
My wife.
Collectively on the internet, we all broke this man.
I am genuinely feeling like a strong 0 on this record.
And maybe we should be ashamed of our actions, because Chance was more of a force for good than for evil. After basically a 6-year hiatus from the music industry, Chance attempts to amend history. Whether the world is ready for it or not, his new body of work, Starline, is here to stay. And let me tell you, it's pretty good. Not the best album I've ever heard ever, but there's some very strong highlights throughout. And I haven't looked at the critical reception yet, but I'm ready to fight all of y'all over this. For those suffering from I love my wife-itis, you don't have to worry anymore. We've flipped the page. Chance has turned over a new leaf. You can let this man rest now. Don't let random people on the internet discredit his accomplishments, because in many ways, Chance was a pioneer for independent hip-hop artists. After releasing a series of highly influential mixtapes, Chance garnered real credibility and an enthusiastic fan base of optimists. With his gospel-infused production and upbeat, positive demeanor, Chance brought a refreshing perspective to the genre as a whole. But it goes deeper than that. He was the music industry underdog. He was carving his own lane, independently. Forging his own path, he validated a sustainable revenue model for other independent artists. Chance really provided the blueprint for those seeking financial stability, creative freedom, and total control of their music. And no amount of bad reviews should really take that away from him. So despite everything going wrong for the past 6 years, Chance is living with a new mindset. Whether he sells 1 million units or 12,000 his first week, this perspective separates the creators who have longevity in the industry from those that are just a fleeting moment. What am I even talking about? This wisdom was bestowed upon him by none other than comedy legend and controversial figure Dave Chappelle.
So I kicked her in the pussy.
As an industry veteran, Dave had some sensei wisdom to pass down.
I'm Rick James, bitch.
His breakthrough insight to Chance the Rapper was that you are not entirely defined by your last body of work. It is not an amalgamation of everything that you are. It's just a passing moment of time.
One of my favorite quotes I got, Dave Chappelle told me that, albums, and he was talking about it in the context of specials for comedians. Specials, comedy albums, rap albums, they're like yearbook photos.
Even if you put your heart and soul into a project or a comedy routine, it is not a reflection of the person that you will be in the future. It's just a time capsule for a specific moment, nothing more.
And so it's like, it's not the full story of who you are, it's just who you are in that moment. And it's important to take that snapshot and put it out there so that you have documentation of what that moment felt like.
I'm dramatically ad-libbing here. If you're always creating for an audience's expectations, you are going to get let down. But if you view your creative process as a process and view each project as just a moment in time, you will be more happy and fulfilled overall, because you are not limiting yourself to the way that your audience defines you. You're living like Chicken Joe and riding the wave of life.
Ride, just enjoy the ride, just enjoy the ride.
To Chance, The Big Day was obviously profoundly meaningful to him.
Ooh, I love my wife.
He was trying to personify the emotions of your wedding day, a day that Hollywood says is supposed to be the best day of your life. But children, as Chance once learned, love is a lie. I'd imagine that living with the critical and commercial failure of this release will always sting.
I am genuinely feeling like a strong 0.
You dedicated an album and a chapter of your life to the woman you loved and the special moments that you shared together. Your audience couldn't relate to this love, and they hated the music. And after you made this woman your whole world, she divorced you.
We're one ground zero, homeless hometown hero. I was transient only in a family sense, and in the past tense, maybe I was absent.
That pain would give anyone a lifelong addiction. Let's be real, that would send anyone to the shadow realm. But with the help of Chappelle's mindset, you don't have to let this chapter of your life be the only chapter.
You were with someone for 22 years? Your ex-partner, your ex-wife? Or you knew her for 22 years?
Yeah, we grew up in Chicago together, so I've known her for like most of my life, yeah.
Are you single gentleman now, or?
Yeah.
Have you considered doing what the God did? You get like a girl that looks a little bit like the last one and then make her be naked? What?
That is hilarious.
Viewer, I'm gonna level with you for a second. A lot of this commentary took place the night before the album came out. I admire those that put themselves out there, and I don't think that we should discourage those that try. Even when you make something that sucks, you still have a voice. You still have value to add to the world. If no one put themselves out there the way that Chance did, every documented experience would feel soulless and hollow. The harsh reality of Chance's new project is that, unfortunately, it might get clowned even if it's good. People on the internet would find something wrong with the Mona Lisa. Let's not get it twisted, I'm not saying the album is gonna be that good. I just think there's a bandwagon effect on the internet. And convincing your former audience to not turn their back on you is an uphill battle. Generating that momentum is literally pushing that boulder up a hill. But even if or when the album goes triple cardboard, I'm grateful that Chance was able to keep creating. I admire his ability to pick himself back up.
You know, how you gonna knock somebody in the world for actually trying to do something? Trying.
This is a lesson that I'm still trying to teach myself. But instead of obsessing about your legacy and the imprint you're going to leave on this planet after you're gone, try to enjoy what's in front of you. Easier said than done when you're dealt a bad hand. But don't worry about that book you wrote burning in a library 3,000 years from now. None of this matters. We're all space dust. Not in a scary way. In a cool way. We may dissolve into sand and scatter like the wind, but you have a gift to live the best life you possibly can right now. Chance the Rapper's The Big Day was nothing more than that. Just a day. It's not an insurmountable obstacle telling you to never create again. It's just a pregame for the next chapter.
And I think, you know, throughout this process, it's been a very cyclical thing of like, you know, how I felt. But today I feel very good.
I'm glad to hear it.
I know Chance has made a difference in the life of at least one person. He's the reason at least one kid out there has been able to get through a tough day. So everything else, all that negativity, it's just noise. Chance provides value documenting the parts of his life that he's willing to share.
Bound to see tears if you ball enough. They say the harder you fall if you tall enough.
There's such a thin line between something that's deep and something that's corny. If you actually have something to say or you want to be profound, you can only get where you want to go if you get vulnerable and put yourself out there. Or you fabricate someone else's experience and get exposed later, but that's a different conversation. What I'm desperately trying to get into your mind palace is that you need to try.
Since when has it become not cool to try? Fucking loser.
We gotta take risks. I mean, be smart, read the room a little. You don't have to risk it all the time, but you can get out of that comfort zone. Now, seriously, don't get it twisted. Not everyone's trying to hear all that. Don't put yourself in a box. Make some art just for you. Some of your creations are too good to share with the world. Despite the album coming out while I'm in the middle of recording this, force yourself to have an open mind.
Ride, just enjoy the ride, just enjoy the ride.
So take a chance on Chance. Take a chance on yourself, and you might be pleasantly surprised.